So I recently reviewed Coffee and Whiskey by Bath & Body Works. So that is one of their newest fragrances. And of course, another one that I purchased, I actually bought 6 at a time. This one is called Leather and Brandy. Now, leather, brandy, it's gonna be a dark, spicy, boozy fragrance. Sounds awesome, right? Let's see if I like this one as much as I like the other one, Coffee and Whiskey. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on it, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's video and I tell you all about this brand new fragrance by Bath & Body Works, this one is called Leather and Brandy, and I let you know how it performs, comparisons, how I think it stacks up against other fragrances that the brand has released. I do want to start things off by saying that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon and make sure to click where it says enable all notifications. This way, whenever I do put out future content, it will get delivered straight to your feed. You never have to worry about missing any of my future videos. And of course, give this video a thumbs up by the end of the video. If you took something of value from today's episode, it would really mean a lot to me. So I was gaga over the other fragrance, right? Coffee and Whiskey. Smells amazing, right? A little more coffee than whiskey, and it was actually rather sweet. So I got like this dulcet caramel vanilla combination, a little ambery at times. And I mentioned that, you know, something that Bath & Body Works, in my opinion, has done in the past is they sort of put out their own version of more popular fragrances. Now, it doesn't smell 100% similar. It might only smell like 60% similar, right? So it does have a certain element of uniqueness to it, but I feel like along the way, they put out their own version of Invictus. They've put out their own version of Creta Ventus. They've put out their own version of Acqua di Gio by Giorgio Armani with Ocean, right? So they put out a lot of fragrances that smell like really iconic men's fragrances, both on the niche and designer side of things. Well, this is one that I think does kind of resemble a popular designer fragrance. I'll let you know all about it and what I think it is. But let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation. Now, of course, when I read the back of the box, it says, deep fragrance with a hint of spice, inspired by the comfort of a leather chair and the warmth of brandy, right? So you're thinking about maybe a den or like a man cave, and you're sinking into your armchair and you smell the leather, and you know, there's that sense of relaxation. And I'm smelling this one, and yeah, it does smell like it's on the darker side of things. It does smell a little ambery. It does smell a little fruity in the opening, this sort of possible apple or pineapple tartness, maybe a little more apple than pineapple, I would say. And it also does have a little bit of a spicy personality, perhaps a little bit of cinnamon. There's a lot of brandy fragrances on the market. I think XO Brandy by Navitus Parfum is one of the best you're gonna find, and I'm being totally honest there. But this one kind of reminds me of Stronger With You by Emporio Armani. And as soon as I smelled it, I was like, oh, wait a second, I know what this smells like. I've smelled this before. And unfortunately, there's a lot of brands nowadays, and I'm looking over at some of the more recent releases as well. There's a lot of brands that are tackling this DNA, twisting it, and trying to release their own version of it. So Stronger With You by Emporio Armani is a fragrance that came out a few years ago. There have already been a number of flankers with it, but there's something about the original that has done very well for a long time. And I think in the case of this fragrance, it does have a very similar vibe to the original. Burberry Hero Eau de Parfum smells similar to it. One of the Valentino fragrances, I believe it's Born in Roma Coral Fantasy, that smells very similar to it as well. So I'm kind of bored of it at this point. If I want to wear Stronger With You, I'm going to wear Stronger With You, not one of the many flankers that try to be like it. But in any case, I do think it's a nice scent. I think it's pleasant, just lacks the uniqueness of it. And I went online and I saw somebody compared it to one of the YSL Y fragrances. And that has apple in the opening, right? So I think there is a little bit of an overlap between YSL Y and Stronger With You, with Obviously YSL being a lot fresher and having more tonka bean, especially in the dry down as far as I'm concerned. But this fragrance smells very nice. I think I was expecting something different from it. There's really no leather as far as I'm concerned. Well, I actually do smell what they're trying to put off as a leather accord, so let me correct myself there. But I think when you've smelled fragrances like Parfum Cortana, Hierophante, Crème de Cuir by BDK Parfum, Tuscan Leather by Tom Ford, Ombre Leather by Tom Ford, Pure Distance M, when you've tried these fragrances, you have a certain idea of what leather could smell like, and this one doesn't really come close. In any case, I think it smells nice, a little reductive, and it was definitely a redundant fragrance in my collection. I didn't really need this one, but it was buy 3, get 3 off. But I do think this one is going to work really well in the colder weather. And I think that if you like Stronger With You by Emporio Armani, but you're on a budget and you're looking for something a bit more on the affordable side of things, check it out. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. Now, first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, this fragrance is not very unique. The overall smell is very pleasant, no rough edges. As a matter of fact, it is kind of fashioned around another really popular fragrance on the market. So I think this one did things really well. Just that for me, I'm kind of disenchanted by this DNA. I've tried it in too many fragrances, and I'm at this point looking for a bit more originality. Longevity on this one was about 7 hours on my skin. Projection was great for the first 45 minutes of application. That's when it radiated within an arm's length. It became an elbow's length scent right around hour 4, skin scent right around hour 6.5 or 7. In terms of the versatility, great for the colder weather, does lean a little bit masculine. I think somebody who's a little bit younger will fully appreciate this one. Great for a night out, partying, if you're going to a club, dancing, or something like that. I think you can wear this one formally as well. You can wear it in the office, but I think there's a lot of better options to wear it to the office, like Graphite, like Ocean, like Noir. There's a lot of better offerings even from this very brand. And then I think in terms of the presentation, I actually really like the presentation. I think it has a really nice aesthetic to it, and I like the more squared bottles as opposed to the more rounded off bottles. My final verdict on this fragrance is it's a little bit reductive. I was a little disenchanted by it. It does smell very similar to Stronger With You by Emporio Armani, but if you like that fragrance and you like these types of fragrances, check it out. I think you might enjoy this one, especially next time you're at your local mall. If you have a Bath & Body Works there, make it a point to try this one, and I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my review of the brand new Leather and Brandy Cologne by Bath & Body Works. If you took something of value from this video, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you could be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel. And of course, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.